Conagra recalls 245,000 pounds of their banquet meal chicken strips. Let's discuss. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another coffee rant with Dano. Today, we are drinking the Universal Dark Roast Blend, Universal Studios coffee. Again, nobody knows what the name of it is, but I'm just calling it Universal Dark Roast. It has gotten me through the last few days. Sitting out here in the car to kind of cool off a little bit. It has gotten really hot here in Orlando, but get your coffee together. If you have to hit pause on this video, get your coffee or whatever adult beverage you deem necessary, or any beverage for that matter. Guys, when it rains, it pours. Conagra has recalled 245,000 pounds of the banquet meals chicken strips. There's been a lot of discussion in the comments about this. I wanted to just do a quick video, put this out here, kind of give my thoughts, and just this information in case people don't know about it. You know, we don't really know how far this really goes. There's not much information on it. There has been a recall on Hillshire sausage as well. Now, both of these can either contain plastic or bone in the meats. This ain't good, guys. I mean, banquet meals, the reason why I felt it was very important to talk about this, because a lot of people get banquet meals. I mean, they are really the most affordable meals. Doesn't matter how affordable it is if they're putting stuff like this in there. I mean, I'm sure it's an accident, you know. I don't want to say they're putting stuff in there, because that's not the case. There was some kind of accident that happened, I guess, but I don't know. We have to pause for just a second. I will say that coffee is kind of growing on me. If you hear the AC in the background, nothing I can really do about that. I was burning up, went for my walk, just wanted to get to the car here, touch base with you guys on some of this stuff. It's ridiculous, guys. It is recall after recall. When it rains, it pours. We just had a recall on some pet food. I'm not sure the brand names. You can look it up. Just Google pet food recall. There was over 600 cases around the nation here of salmonella in pet food. I mean, guys, what is going on? What is going on? This is absolutely ridiculous. I don't even know how to talk about some of these things anymore, other than to just bring the information out here so that if you are buying these products, you know, check the dates, check what times. I mean, I'm sure by now all of the stuff has been taken down. You probably don't see any of the chicken banquet meals in your stores right now. At 240,000 pounds, I can't imagine that any of them would be sitting on the stores right now. I know the biggest state that was involved was New York. New York seems to be had got the brunt of it all here, but I'll tell you what, guys, we have to pay attention. Make sure you watch what you're eating. You know, if you're opening up canned goods and stuff like that, double check. You know, make sure there's nothing funny in there. Let me know down in the comments of anything that you've had recently that has question. We've been getting a lot of comments on products that you buy all the time that don't taste the same anymore. This is a bit concerning, because if it doesn't taste the same, that means they're changing the ingredients. Or something is happening. Either the quality is gone downhill, or they're trying to make the as cheap as possible. To me, that's bad business. Bad business, because what's going to happen is, now I'm just using this as an example, okay? Not saying it is, but say I have a couple cans of Campbell's soup. I may buy a can and just think, well, that was a bad can. But then you buy another one, and then you think, well, that could have been a bad can. You go to another store, and then you buy another one. That third time, to me, 3 strikes, you're out. 3 strikes, you're out. I will not buy it again, because I'm not going to continue to waste money on things that I'm not going to eat. This is like, you know, talking about prepping and some things like that. This is why when me and Jess stock up on something, we rotate our stuff. You know, like we've had no issues with a lot of different things lately, but we make sure that we're eating the stuff that we're rotating to make sure that we're not having a huge stock on things that could be bad. You know, if a lot of products are changing, you know, if they're putting different things, different chemical compounds to make their different soups and stuff like that, well, we need to know about it. You know, there were a lot of people who didn't know about the different healthy choice canned goods really until I said something about it. Now, Healthy Choice has changed their soups. They just do not taste the same anymore. The broth doesn't taste right, and if the broth doesn't taste right, that means something that's in the can is causing that not to taste right. We do these videos. We're in Florida right now. We will be getting back to different store videos when we get back. It's going to be a little while, maybe a week or two. But we're going to continue to put videos out here to keep you informed on everything that we do, everything that's going on, any kind of news that has to do with food or anything really for that matter that concerns our channel that we need to put out here for you guys. That's what we're going to do. Now, I did want to talk a little bit about prepping a little bit and, kind of some smart ways to maybe go about some of this stuff. If you're, and just on food, we're just going to talk about food. We have a lot of people that can goods. They can their own goods. That's really smart. And honestly, me and Jessica don't do that. We need to maybe get into some of our own canning, maybe buy a canning machine and stuff like that, and get more into that, because as these products continue to go up in price, things are becoming so unaffordable that it's hard, if we're going to do our calculations in the future of how we're going to save and how we're going to, be able to get by not spending a fortune at the grocery store. These are the kind of things that we're looking to maybe do in the future. And thank you to everyone who's always left a lot of different recipes and stuff like that you guys make different soups. We're getting into the fall here. When it hits late September, usually when we come back from Florida on our September trips, that's when we start canning our different soups and stuff. Now, I freeze them. I just freeze them in our jars and stuff like that. I may do some videos and show people how we do that. We make big stock soups and stuff, and then we'll freeze them. We'll freeze them. We even have some family members where we give them some, and then they let us use their freezer because we don't have much freezer space. I wish we did. Sorry if the camera's a little shaky here. I'm literally holding it up against the steering wheel here because the way my car is, it's kind of like odd shaped, and it's hard to set the camera up straight. But guys, these recalls, this one was important because, we have a lot of people that can't afford, we have a lot of people on the channel that live day to day, week to week, and Banquet meals may be your number one meal because of how much they are. They're cheap, and they're not as cheap as they used to be. They're getting more expensive. But these are meals that a lot of people buy up and they stock up on, for a couple weeks to get them by until they can buy some more. So definitely wanted to put this huge recall out here because, yeah, you don't want to bite into some plastic or bone. And the Hillshire sausage, that was one I didn't even know about. And thank you to everyone who mentioned this down in the comments, because being out here, I probably wouldn't have seen it. I haven't been watching the news. Try not to watch the news. I check my daily posts on here that I look at to see what's going on. And thank you to everyone who sent me emails on this matter and everything. But guys, it's information we got to get out here. These things are happening more and more. It seems like every few weeks there's a recall. And it doesn't seem like it's just one. It seems like there'll be 3 or 4 of them that just hit all at once. So, I wouldn't be surprised if something else hits next week. Now, the pet food, I never did a video on that, but we did get a lot of comments on it. We were kind of on our way packing our stuff, getting ready to go. But that's a serious matter, too. We got to pay attention. Let me know down in the comments if you know what brands of dog food that was. I think cat food had a recall on that, too. Just one specific brand of cat food. But there were multiple dog food, cans of dog food that this involved. Actually, I don't know I believe it was cans. But yeah, 600 cases, that's an awful lot. That tells you that, okay, if there was 1 or 2, could have been something just, random. But 600 cases, which that tells me that there's probably a lot more that just kind of slid under the radar. But for the most part, guys, I'm telling you, and dogs can't tell you, animals can't tell you whether it's good or bad. They're going to keep eating it, and the only way you're going to know is if they get sick and you take them to the vet. It's kind of like a baby. A baby can't tell you when they're sick or not. You just kind of have to know. You guys, most of you know. I don't really have to explain that. But one thing that I hate, guys, I don't hate much in life. I don't hate a lot of things, but I hate recalls. I know accidents happen, but a lot of these accidents I feel can be, that I feel like if things were done right all the time and these measures were taken to make things right all the time, we wouldn't have as many recalls. I mean, at least this is coming out like that. And it's not like the Jif peanut butter where 7 or 8 months went by and it was like, oh no, we have this huge recall that dates back for a year. That covered so much. So hopefully it's not like that here in the future. We'll have to pay close attention. For me, when these kind of things happen, I don't buy the product for a while. I would wait. If you can skim by and wait for Banquet to for this to smooth over, pay attention to some of the headlines, look online to see if it's, if everything's good. But we'll continue to update on this matter. I just wanted to bring this short coffee rant here with you guys to talk about some of this stuff because it's ridiculous. People always talk about, crap hitting the fan. I feel like it's already hit. I mean, we're in the process of things. I was, knock on wood, I always hate to say this, hopefully things don't get worse. Hopefully eventually some things start getting better and we stop seeing a lot of these different things going on, and hopefully prices of things will at least level off at some point. But I don't see that happening. I don't see prices. I see them only going up. I mean, maybe some stuff will level off for a while, but it seems like every time I say that, I go to the store and then there's a whole new brand of products that have gone way up in price. So we just keep a close eye on these things so that we can always, bring it to your attention, try and help save you as much money as possible, because that's what we have to do. We have to save in the grocery stores. We got to stock up on the sales of the things we love to eat. Don't stock up on things that are worthless to you. If you're not going to eat it, then it's wasted money. If that's any advice, I don't know whether that's good or bad advice. That's what I do. So take it for what you will. Guys, thank you so much for watching this quick video. Pay attention to all the recalls. If any of these recalls ever come across that you notice that I have not mentioned or anything, make sure you let us know down in the comments. If you don't want to comment, you can email me. I do respond to the comments on the channel faster than email. We get so many emails, it's hard to get through a lot of them. But guys, thank you so much for watching the video tonight. Stay safe. Have a great week.